Alright, this is Avengers 285. This issue is special because it is the only issue where very technically, we have got my dream Avengers lineup. There is a caveat to that, but that is like one of them questions I get asked a lot, or people want to know what is my favourite lineup for so-and-so team, what is my dream roster, etc. I didn't like answering the question directly because, like in the case of Avengers, the truth is there is about 20 characters who are, in my opinion, essential, and then probably about another 20 who are brilliant characters who belong on the team too. Like, I'm about to tell you my dream team, and I already want to say, yeah, Wonder Man, he should be there. And The Flash, he should be there. And Ant Gordon. Anyway, enough prelude. Here is the lineup of my dream Avengers team. Wasps, She-Hulks, Captain America, Thor, Darth Knight, Hercules Man, and Seaman. You will notice that I skipped two of them because they're not part of my dream lineup. We have got Captain Marbles, the real one, Monica Rambeau. I am completely happy to accept her and have her on the team. If having this mixed together requires her as an extra member, I'm more than willing to take that. She is a good character. Then we have got Dr. Doom, who I feel the exact opposite about. He ruins this team. His character is that he is a twat. I didn't like him because he rapes women, and on a team with Seaman and Hercules Man, you already have enough comic relief arseholes. You didn't need an overweight, balding man to eye up She-Hulks and belittle the rest of the team. This is the only issue where we have all the ingredients for my dream lineup though. After this one, Wasps, Captain America, Thor and Hercules Man, they all leave. And right at the end of this, we get a new member who isn't on this cover and is nowhere near capable of filling in for the four of them. She is a step up from Dr. Doom though. But the other thing, with stuff like dream teams or rosters, it's very important the creators. You could have like the best Avengers team possible and it still would be dreadful if it was written by someone like Michael Bryan Benson. Actually, I have got a good example of that. I really like Kurt Busey's second or third lineup in his run on Avengers, but his stories with them are bad and annoying. Well, here, for this issue, we have got arguably the best Avengers writer and the best Avengers artist. The sad news is this is actually Roy Sternman's final issue on the book. It's fantastic as well. The plot is that the Avengers, they are fighting Hercules Man's dad, Liam Neeson from Clash of the Titans. He has gone a bit mad with power and he blames the Avengers for stuff that happened with his son. Hercules Man, he was like raped. And Liam Neeson, his immediate reaction was to go out and prowl the streets and hope to see one of the Avengers, one of whom is black. He hoped to see them coming out of the pub so he can try and kill them with a kosh. This is an amazing story. We have got a really good fight with Liam Neeson. If you are interested in this one, it actually started the issue before. It's that big a fight. It took 2 issues to tell. I feel bad because I'm not talking much about the great writing or the fantastic art or even the story here. I'm just harping on about my favourite Avengers lineup who were technically only together for 2 issues. We saw this same creative team do wonders 20 issues earlier with the Avengers fighting Beyond a Man, and here they do wonders again. Obviously, only the proper strong ones are part of the fight against Liam Neeson, She-Hulk, Seaman, Thor. Most of the last issue, it was a lot of Thor fighting Liam Neeson, if you want more on that specific front. We've also got Captain Marbles, the real one, Monica Rambeau. She was actually the team's leader at this point. We also have Hercules Man. We've got Darth Knight. He is there because his magic sword can cut through anything, and potentially it can actually hurt Liam Neeson. Also, earlier on in the story, he was actually using Captain America's shield. Captain America, he has broken his legs, so he is out of the fight. And Wasps, she was injured too. Dr. Doom is just a selfish, lazy prick, so that is why he's not there. What happens is that Liam Neeson, he beats Hercules Man off to death in his rage, and this brings him back to his senses. It cuts through his anger, and he realises that he was wrong, and the Avengers aren't the bad guys. This is a great issue, and not just because it does come the closest to being my favourite lineup. I mean, there are other lineups I like as well. Jason Byrne, when he writes the book, he has a team that is Captain America, Thor, She-Hulk, Kaiser, Seaman, and Big Barda. A lot of the same characters again, but I love that lineup as well. I also want to put Darth Knight and Hercules Man on it though, to bring it even closer to this one. I like the Barry Hamner lineup, which I reviewed every issue of that run. We barely saw them all together at once. Same with the Bob Patrick Harris lineup. I like to see the team all together at once. Like in this issue here. Not have like Thor or Captain America be absent for about 10 issues. The Dan Slott lineup, I love that one. That is a great one. And other than Hercules Man, it doesn't have any of these characters on it. I think that is a testament to how many great Avengers there are. You can cite two radically different lineups as being some of the best, and there's only a single character overlapping. One thing that does bother us about this issue is that there isn't a single panel where it is just those characters that I said make up my favourite lineup. Like when you have panels like this where the characters are in the background and they sometimes didn't draw them all. I would love if there was just like one panel where it was just showing the 7 characters I said at the start. So Hercules Man, he is left behind, and here is where a bunch of them all leave the team. Hercules Man, he has had to stay in Fairyland to recover and mend. Wasps, she is gone out west to hang out with the West Coast Avengers. Thor is off to do stuff in his solo book, and the same with Captain America. But the team will continue on, and here is Seaman's underage wife, Hatchlin. She shows up at their base looking for Seaman, and she just joins the team. Some nepotism there, but when has nepotism ever been a stranger to Marvel Comics? Quite sadly, Roy Sternman's run, it ends by setting up the next story that he didn't end up doing, and Marky Mark writes it instead. The team, they're gonna go up against Fister from the Thunderbals, and Dr. Doom, he really amps up his awful personality. The reason that Roy Sternman left the book was because Tom the Falcon, he became the new editor-in-chief of Marvel, and he wanted him to get rid of Captain Marbles, the real one, Monica Rambeau. He didn't like her being the team's leader, and he wanted Captain America to lead the team again. Marky Mark, he gets a lot of the blame for it, because he was the book's editor, and he was a subsequent writer, I suppose, but it's far more telling that This issue is the only issue in Roy Sturman's whole run on Avengers that is ever published with Tom the Falcon listed as editor-in-chief. His final issue. Anyway, my dream Avengers team: Wasps, She-Hulks, Captain America, Thor, Darth Knight, Hercules Man and Seaman. Just like at the start, I know there are other great characters you could throw into the mix too. Hawkeye, I haven't even mentioned him yet. I think the Avengers, they do warrant 2 books, and during this period it was done well. You had all them other characters on the West Coast team: Hawkeye, Iron Man, Wonder Man, The Flash, Charlotte Witch, The Vision, and Gordon. Really, there is loads of great Avengers. The Flash's girlfriend, Iris, Black Panther, Us Agent. I think conditions and circumstances are more important than personal preference anyway. It's all well and good having these 7 characters together for personal satisfaction, but if one of them has just attempted genocide, it makes no sense. And yes, I am exclusively thinking of Seaman there. This issue, even with me wasting time talking about the Avengers and their members and this lineup, this is a really brilliant comic. Rightfully, this is what you could describe as epic. This and the issue before it, with the Avengers fighting Liam Neeson, it is sensational stuff. I rate this 7 thumbs up.